My point is, if you can follow through on that, ultimately the idea was hopefully you'd inspire your partner to want to do it. But you really got to give them grace. If you've been not doing it for a while, and all of a sudden you do it, you don't expect them to have the same mindset as you. Even if you both agree, yeah, let's do this, right? Because you have different things on the go.
Yeah.
You know?
People getting divorced
Tearing their families apart, coasting through marriage.
or fighting their way through it. I'm Cass.
I'm Kathryn.
We came back from the depths of hell to save our abusive, our toxic marriage.
We're MorrowMarriage.
Let's flip divorce statistics with the new marriage.
All right. Okay, let's get going with disrupting divorce, moral marriage, the new marriage. Okay. All right, guys, we want to talk today about fitness and family. Can I start with a story today?
Yes, please do.
I don't remember if
We don't practice this in advance, so I'm excited.
Yeah,
about
no
the
script,
stories.
no script. Do you remember Suzanne who came to the gym? I don't think you ever met her, actually.
Suzanne, no.
Okay, so Suzanne and Frank, I'll leave their last name.
Oh, I know who you're talking
you know the story. I want to start with the story because it's really, really important for everybody to understand. You can be a great power couple. These guys were very well off, very successful construction company, building some of the biggest franchises in Canada, and they got divorced when the kids took over the company. But it didn't just happen overnight. For a long, long time, Suzanne would come work out with me, and she would say, if you don't get your butt in shape, I'm gonna have to end this. I'm traveling the world. I need a fit husband. And so Suzanne, just kind of like the last thing we were talking about in the last episode with marriage and business, sometimes there's bigger goals than your partner. And those goals you want to incorporate with your partner, but it just doesn't maybe necessarily align. And so Suzanne left her husband because she wanted to travel the world, and he's actually gaining weight, you know? And I think it's really valuable because I know that we would not take that approach, but it's so easy for people to let go of somebody and quit these days. And I think that fitness is like the foundation anyway. Health is a foundation. And if we start with that picture that we see in the future, neither of us wants to be overweight on the beach, you know, starting with just what we look like.
Not even even overweight on the beach, but not able to go do fun things, not able to keep up with our kids and someday our grandchildren and just having aches and pains. And I mean, I'm already having those and I'm only 40. So I can't imagine you get older, you put extra weight on, your joints I just can't even imagine. So even just not the aesthetic side, we're not only talking about that, but that does come into play.
Yeah, I was just gonna run down a path, but yeah, you did it for me. I think it's just so important to understand. There's so many, guys, I don't wanna be, we're not gonna do a fitness thing. We owned a gym for a long time, and we all know the benefits of health. But when you think about your family, let's look at the example that you give for your children. Nobody talks about this benefit very often. Like just the example of them wanting to watch the iPad and YouTube versus being fit, running around, you know, playing, active. Mm-hmm. And I think it's so important. I don't know why you're not doing it with your kids. And here's the other thing. Because you don't, then you look at your kids and you're like, I don't have time to take that business course, to work with Cass and Kathryn on marriage and become a better person. I don't, because I have to take care of my kids. Kids should not be the reason you don't succeed. And I think it starts with...
They should be the reason that you strive to succeed more.
Yeah, and it starts with actively being with them. Health, like, so, you know, you make a point of every single day taking them out of the house 1 or 2 times to get them moving. I join as often as I can. They know that you're working out. They know about the gym here. We talk about being healthy. We don't encourage talk about, you know, body shaming and things like that. But and we're careful with that, I think. But overall, it's just positive enforcement with food, with exercise. Mm-hmm. Now, tell me where you want to go with this.
I think on the lines of kids, we could talk about, you know, strategies for making it happen. Because like Cass said, you are setting the standard for your children. What you do, your children will do. And whether that's positive or negative, they are going to do it, and they might even do it to an extreme. So when he gets up at 5 a.m, when the kids wake up in the morning and they come in and they jump in bed with me and they say, where's Dua? That's what they call him, not Daddy. And they'll either say, because we just got Goose, our new dog, is he walking Goose or is he working out? One or the other. Both of those things are great, great things to be doing when it comes to health. And so they already assume that you're working out up until yesterday, when now you could be walking the dog. And then I leave in the morning and I take them with me. I go to my workout. They get to walk through the gym and they see, there's a lot of seniors that go to our gym. We go to the YMCA. They see all ages working out. We walk through, they talk to all the seniors, they charm everybody, they go into their little childcare area and they see me go off to the gym. So I think strategies to do it because it's important, your kids see it. So I'd say number one, if you are a woman, if you're a stay-at-home mom, find a gym that has childcare. There are plenty. There are a few here in our city, and they're all over the world. So I think that's the first thing. The second thing, if you're not a stay-at-home mom and you're going to work, what can you do to be healthy either during your workday, before your workday, or after your workday? Those are two things that I think of right off the top of my head.
I'm going to suggest, this is what I work with men on, and I'm like, okay, just you put it in your calendar. You get up a little earlier every single day. You do it 7 days a week so that you get used to doing it. You don't need like this day of rest. Okay, this is like Arnold Schwarzenegger and the boys crap. You're not working hard enough to need that rest. They worked out for 4 hours, 6 hours, right?
So I work hard enough to take
well,
that
you
rest.
do.
Just kidding.
So I'm not saying that you can't get to a different place, but the point is to be doing something at that same time every single day. So maybe it is a walk one day instead. We'll call that the rest. And that brings me to another point. You know, even when we own the gym, we used to tell people, if you want to be sustainable, it has to be something you love. Like you don't particularly love lifting, right? So you try different things and
there's certain things I don't love.
Yeah.
So bad example, I actually love lifting.
well now, but like for a long time you wouldn't want to go to the gym, right? You know? But so you tried silks. You tried
The point is find something that you love because then you'll actually want to go. Because if you dread it, let's use running as an example. I hate running. So if I had to get up and get all 3 kids out of the house to go for a run, I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to end up sitting on the couch and probably having a second breakfast. Because that's what, I like to eat. So I'm going to do something that I do like. So
She's not lying.
So the point is you have to pick something that you like because it's going to be sustainable.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now, I think that the next steps would be finding some sort of plan that you like to eat on, right? Something that, don't overthink this. There's so many plans. There's so many, just stick to the outside aisles of the grocery store, for example, right now. You don't have to message Kathryn. She'd give you a free, free plan, get going. Like, there's so many awesome free things out there nowadays. Like, don't overthink this. Again, kind of like last episode, I want you to just get started. I
do whole programs for free. So if you're struggling with fitness and nutrition, definitely reach out because I have a whole 6-week program that you can have 100% free.
Yeah, and same with men. I've got so much. We just got so much from owning a gym for so long. We just include it in our programs because it's foundational for family and things like that as well. So now let's talk about.
I have something.
Oh, go.
So I would like to talk about how your day can be different when you start your day with fitness and when you start your day with eating something healthy.
Okay.
So I think, number one, you're starting your day successful. You've already just achieved something. But also, do you have something that you'd like to say for that?
No.
How your day can be different?
I think it's, the only thing I would add is like, that's part of mastering your morning. Like if you've got that done, you already know you're getting up at the same time. You already become ritualistic. You can throw in your gratitude, your journaling, whatever it is that you need to do to get kind of organized. And then from there, you can move forward. I no longer journal it, but I'll do voice notes sometimes, or I'll say it out loud, or now I'm telling my new dog, So it's just a way to. I love that little.
That's cute. Well, I think that's so cute that you're telling the dog.
Yeah,
she's cute too. But
you got to give her affirmations, and so I'm showing her already. That's what you do with shepherds. Who knew? You give shepherds affirmations. Anyway, so we have a dog coach too. Go figure. So
we have coaches for everything.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say like. Again, that's the same sort of thing. I know I got journaling from somebody, but I didn't like it. It wasn't resonating with me, so I do it a different way. But a lot of my men would do that. So yeah, just to add to what Kathryn was saying, it helps master your morning, which starts your day, which now you can start to figure out the rest of the day, right?
Yeah, and on that note, when you work out in the morning, it helps you for women, it helps you with your hormones. It helps you with your mood. It helps stabilize. I don't know if any of you are irritable because of your children or because you didn't sleep. Going and getting a workout in first thing in the morning can help combat that, which I think is game-changing because the way I feel in the morning before I get to the gym and the way that I feel while I'm at the gym, starting to sweat, starting to feel better, starting to relax myself, take some time for myself, it really helps set the stage for the rest of my day.
Yeah, rather than running off and hiding in the bathroom scrolling on the phone later because you need the break so bad, you've already released a lot of the crap and
That's right.
whatever, right? Okay, now I would love to hear from you, but I know that I have a ton of men who either are furious with their wife because she goes to the gym, but that's often insecurities. And then there is a ton of men who struggle with their wives because their wives are angry because now you're working out, you're so selfish, right? So I would love to hear from you on the first perspective. Do you feel like a lot of women complain about, a lot of women are upset about their husbands like being insecure about them being at the gym and stuff? I know my guys must be telling their wives.
I have not heard that from my women.
No?
I would say more what I hear is that women want to get healthy and the men don't. That would be what I hear of most.
Let's talk about the dad bod for a second. It's socially acceptable to say I like the dad bod, but it's not really that.
It's not acceptable to say,
It's just saying I have a dad bod. That's a joke, haha.
Right.
You know, kind of like happy wife, happy life. Don't fall for society's jokes. Okay, muscles command respect. This is man or woman. Muscles command respect. You have a different presence when you walk into the room. People listen to you more. They believe that you follow through on things. They believe automatically trusting you with integrity because you obviously follow through. There's so many other benefits that come with muscles or shape or health, right? I mean, down to breath, you know, it can affect your breath. And so that's going to change the conversation, don't you think? So whether or not you're insecure about your spouse or not, go to giving gratitude and appreciation for the way that they look, the way that they feel, the presence that they're bringing back, the energy they're bringing back to their home, so that you can be supportive. We can hash out the other insecurities in other episodes. We can hash out the fears that you have about why they're getting fit in other episodes. But you need to first give your partner the benefit of the doubt if you're insecure about why they're going to the gym or where they are at the time. Agreed?
Yes, agreed. What would you say to men who their wives are starting to work out, starting to get healthy, and the men are just kind of behind? So they're not saying that they're insecure, they're just lazy. What would you say to those men to be encouraging? Because their wife is starting to get super hot and start to feel really good, and the wife wants them to go. What would you say to help motivate them?
Well, let me first explain how I tell my guys, you need to lead your wife. You don't tell your wife, here's a gym membership. You would just, because a lot of my men's wives aren't working out. Neither were my men, but now they are, right? They're eating better. And so what I tell them is they just keep showing up and leading. They have to show up and prove that's one of the easiest ways to follow through. And over time, that will inspire their wife to follow along in the journey, right? I know that it can cause a lot of problems too. We can go back to the insecurities. But what I would say, from a man's perspective, if you're a woman, I would just talk about, you know, how good you feel, you know? Like, you don't have to throw it in someone's face if they're not going. I think that's not going to work, right?
No, I don't think that ever works. That inspires defensiveness, and you know how we feel about defensiveness.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that you can say, and I really truly believe this would be man or woman, if you're the one doing it, you're the one leading in that area of your marriage, right? And so if you can just do it, you know, just start showing up, just saying how good you feel, literally with more energy running around the house, you know, with the kids, for example, right? Just having a different outlook, not having the beer and the wings or the wine and the whatever, cheesecake.
So stereotypical. Although I do love
but you love
wine and
cheesecake. Yeah. So my point is, if you can follow through on that, ultimately the idea was hopefully you'd inspire your partner to want to do it. But you really got to give them grace. If you've been not doing it for a while, and all of a sudden you do it, you don't expect them to have the same mindset as you. Even if you both agree, yeah, let's do this, right? Because you have different things on the go.
Yeah.
You know? Anything you want to add to that?
Nope, that was perfect.
Okay. Did you hear that, you guys? She said I'm perfect
I
again.
did. That's exactly what I said.
Give me
I love you.
I love you.
It's
All right,
not what
guys.
I said, but he is perfect.
I know that's not what she said. In the old days, what I would do is I would twist that. And she said, I'm perfect. Yes! And then when I didn't feel perfect, I would fucking get mad at you. But that guy's gone.
Thank goodness. All right, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
See you next time.